MacVoices is sponsored by Smile and PDF Pen 9, the best way to do more with your PDF documents, including optical character recognition, search and replace, secure redacting, highlighting features, and much more. Get all the details and download a free trial at smilesoftware.com. MacVoices is in San Jose for AltConf and WWDC. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is Oleg of DaisyDisk. Oleg, welcome. It's great to have you.
Hi.
So tell me about DaisyDisk. What is DaisyDisk?
DaisyDisk is a Mac application that allows you to see what is taking your disk space on a visual map, which we call sunburst map, because it's circular, you know. It looks like a set of circles painted with different colors, somewhat reminding Daisy. This is why we called it DaisyDisk. And the point of this map is that it shows you immediately what is the biggest space wasters on your disk, so that you can remove them and free up a lot of space very, very quickly and easily, compared to if you go to Finder and go through all folders and find the largest files in each folder, then rinse and repeat. It's very tiresome. And well, before we created DaisyDisk, there have been similar software for Mac, and which were kind of okay. Even there were a lot of free alternatives, and it was kind of a strange idea to try to create a new one. But we actually didn't like any existing solutions, and my partner Taras, he is a designer, software designer himself, and also he's a hard disk space junkie. He's like he saves a lot of stuff and on storage, so he needs storage, and he has like stacks of hard disks on his table, and he always has this problem of low disk space. So, and he uses very intensively these applications and always suffers from their shortcomings. And because he was a designer and we met, and I'm an engineer, we decided to try it as an experiment to create a perfect disk visualizer, which would solve all problems of navigability, readability that are present in other solutions. So we created DaisyDisk, and it was quite a success, because it has a very futuristic interface, and all the media, all the people, they like it, and they like the animations, they like the colors, and so many bloggers reviewed our application, and it has become popular. And then after the App Store launched, Apple also kind of liked our app, because they featured the DaisyDisk, and also they selected it as the best utility application of the Mac App Store thrice in 2011, 2013, and 2015. And
first of all, it is a very attractive application. There's no question. But it also, you're right, it allows you to go and not only find the largest files on your disk that you probably know were there, or thought you knew, but it also inevitably helps me find big blocks of data that I really don't need, or I forgot were there, and reduce my disk usage immensely. And I love it because it's so smooth, it's so quick, and honestly, it looks so good, and that's just sort of a bonus.
You're right that many people, especially advanced users, they think that they know what is taking their disk space, so they don't need this kind of app. But the truth is that even those people, and many people, just forget what they have on their disks, and they're often surprised to see on DaisyDisk that they have forgotten to delete some copies or some videos that they have already watched, and so on. So also there are a different category of applications which also do similar job, like cleaning up junk. And so what they usually do, they have a big button, big shiny button, like do the job for me, and you just click it and they remove everything for you. So many people like the idea and they buy this idea, but the truth is that unfortunately these applications are not very efficient in terms of how much space you actually free up, because what they have a predefined list of what you can delete, and it is not necessarily big. So even after you use such apps, you still have a problem that you have low disk space sometimes. So this is when DaisyDisk is really, really efficient, because you can instantly see the biggest space wasters, and you decide if you can keep them or not. Like, for example, a video which you have already watched, a TV series, a season you have already watched. The automatic applications, they don't have any way to decide if you have already watched them or not. Do you need them or not? So they prefer to err on the safe side and don't delete it. But when you are yourself check it out, you see that you can delete it. So compared to automatic cleaners, DaisyDisk is orders of magnitude more efficient in terms of gigabytes freed up. Okay.
Yeah, I think the one button things have a place, but you want to definitely have a backup before you do it, because you never know what it's deleting. I mean, it just says, okay, we found all this space these files you don't need anymore, and okay, even if I review those files, I still may not be sure which ones they are or where they came from. With DaisyDisk, it's more of a forensic tool that I'm getting to select. I decide whether I'm going to delete that file. It's just showing it to me.
Yeah, you have a preview built into the application, so you can preview, and you understand if you can make an informed decision if you can delete it or not. And a very important part of this decision is the context, where the file is located. And this is where DaisyDisk stands out, because in many other solutions, for example, the built-in solution in Sierra, you see like a list of biggest files which you can choose from, but the problem is that when you just see the file name, it can be not very meaningful to you. It's like it can be just some cryptic letters or numbers, and without knowing where this file is located, you kind of in doubt if you can delete it. And when you see it on DaisyDisk, in DaisyDisk you see the surrounding files, you see the parent folders, and you can track up the file to understand what it really is. And also the truth is that some people wonder if it is safe to delete a particular file. This is the most frequent question we get. When I find something, can I delete it? And people have this idea that somewhere in their system there are files which appear by themselves and take all the space. For example, they could be created by system or by other applications. But the truth is that the biggest space wasters are actually files that the user downloads or creates himself. So it is usually not a big problem to decide to identify a particular file and delete it and free up space. Well, sometimes there are some, like caches which get out of control and occupy too much space. Then you can also locate them in DaisyDisk very easily, and then you can Google it if it is safe to delete.
So where do we send people to try DaisyDisk or learn about it, maybe buy it for themselves?
Please visit our website, DaisyDiskApp.com. It is also available on the App Store. The App Store version is slightly less powerful because of the sandboxing requirement that Apple enforces. So I recommend to go to our website. Actually, but if you buy from the App Store, you can switch to the standalone versions free of charge.
What can you give me an idea of what limitations the App Store imposes on DaisyDisk?
The App Store sandboxing does not allow DaisyDisk to scan folders which have restricted permissions, like some system folders, or for example, the home folder of other users that use the same computer. When you check such folder in Finder, you see the red sign, and the folder appears empty. So, in order to scan them, you need to enter your administrative password into a pop-up window, and then you have access. The same way it works in DaisyDisk, but unfortunately in App Store, this feature is not allowed. So you may not see part of the folders and files on your disk with the App Store version. Also, some files are deleted, could not be deleted without also entering this password. So these are basically two only limitations of the App Store version, but most people are fine with it because it's not always the case that you really need those functions. This is why App Store version works pretty well for most people.
Great. So DaisyDiskApp.com, and there's a demo version there?
Yeah, sure. We have a free trial, which we deliberately made pretty liberal because we are software users ourselves, and so we hate applications which are too restrictive or too greedy for the trial. So we offer a generous license policy and a trial policy.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Oleg, it's great to meet you, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you too.
Folks, back at AltConf and WWDC in San Jose, thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes, links to subscribe, and to connect with Chuck on Twitter, Google+, Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, SoundCloud, the MacVoices blog, the MacVoices Dispatch, our weekly newsletter, and on MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard that helps you do more with your Apple tech. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.